Summer slowdown. First of all, everybody talks about it, and everybody's scared to death of it. We were, but it does not have to be a death sentence. So I want to go through and talk about some reasons for us to not blame summer slowdown for all of our struggles. It can actually be a golden opportunity for us. And we need to look at the reasons for it and how we can deal with it and how we can use it to our benefit. So first of all, if you're not familiar with what summer slowdown is, it's what everybody talks about and everybody blames the sluggish sales over the summer months, which basically really turns out to be the month of July, according to all the average records. It is typically a dip in sales on average of 10 to 15%. Let's see, last week we were listening to, if you don't listen to Justin Resales, he is another YouTuber who does a really good job of challenging us on things. And he kind of gave us a little summer slowdown smackdown last week. And basically, he covered a lot of issues, but one of the things that we tend to just like blanket blame summer slowdown. It's going to happen to us, and it's the reason why our sales are down. But if you really are being honest, everything is not completely consistent from one year to the next or from 1 month to the next in regards to your efforts, the economy, the season, there's so many variables. So to say that you are experiencing a slowdown and it's out of your control may not actually be the truth. Last summer, we did go back and look. Now, clearly, only being on eBay for a year, we don't have enough data really to make educated assumptions about anything. We did not actually experience a June and July summer slowdown.
Hey, because any sale was better than no sale.
Exactly,
so.
Because we started in April, so our first
zero.
sales were we had maybe 4 sales in the month of April, and then in May it was 12. And so when June and July came, the number kept growing because our inventory started this big and then got this big and then this big. So we were growing in sales. So we can't complain about it. We would like to have seen more. We would like to see more right now, but we didn't truly experience a summer slowdown like a lot of people talk about. Some of the reasons for summer slowdown could be the fact that, depending on your audience and your niche, could be the fact that you are selling to families or individuals that are now vacationing in those months, and they're spending their money on vacation and they're not shopping, or they are spending it on other activities. Maybe they're spending more time outdoors, I think what happened over the weekend. People were at cookouts and they weren't on their phone shopping. So if people are spending more time doing outside activities, it tends to take them away from an online platform. So that makes sense. But it doesn't mean that just because those things are going on, people are taking vacations and people are spending time outdoors, that we can't do things to entice them to spend money in our store. So some of the things that we can do is take advantage of those, preparing for and optimizing our store during that time. Like you've talked about preparing for the trends and the seasons, and you're going to talk more about that next week, I think.
The seasonal stuff, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Instead of going, our sales are going to be down, and preparing yourself mentally for that, instead, how about you put up more listings so that there's more options for the people who do come to your store to have more things that they can purchase. By putting more things up there, optimizing things like your listings, like you've been doing, gearing up for, we've been correcting things, but it's also another way for us to gear up to make our listings better and optimize our summer sales. We also have the opportunity, like we were just saying, to experiment with different items in your inventory. Like branch out to something that's maybe outside of your niche or a different area of it. Our store is a men's clothing store, but now we're a men's clothing store with a construction or a home improvement department. We may find that by doing that over the summer, which is the time for home renovations and outside projects.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, to take advantage of that, and by offering discounted construction or renovation project supplies, we may see surprising sales in that. And that may be what carries us through the slump over the summer, if we have a slump, because we don't know that we're going to have a slump.
Yeah, because someone could have the opposite effect. Maybe what they have is really popular spring,
In the summer.
summer, and fall, but they have terrible stuff for Christmas gifts.
That's true.
So maybe during that period of time, you might want to consider, prior to that season, but preseason, maybe you should look at some stuff that's like a Christmas gift idea or something like that to offset your low time. But that's because you've been tracking your stuff and hey, this is the time of year where, our stuff is down. It's kind of like being a farmer, and winter comes around, they can't get a lot of stuff done in the middle of the winter.
Right. Well, like in the winter is the time that, first of all, having the slowdown does provide us a little bit, hopefully, a break in things. So like just like the farmer has the winter, they're not planting, they're not plowing fields. It's the perfect time for them to clean and organize the barn and to work on the fences. So if we take our summer slowdown time as our winter, and it's our time to work on our organization, work on our inventory, work on our data tracking. Like there's so many things to work on our business when we don't have to be working in it so much, that we can be making improvements so that when we hit Q4 and Q4 is much busier, then you have all these things that you've put in place and you've planned so that when Q4 rolls around, you're better prepared, you're rested, and you're ready to hit the ground running because you have beefed up your listings, so there's more options for people to buy. You've optimized your listings to make sure that they're communicating what they need to. You've worked on advertising. You've gotten all these things in place, like your sales. Work on creating a thank you note to go in your items if you don't do that already. Ours needs to be tweaked. It's time to update it. We've been sending the same thing out for a year. So it's time to put a little bit more information, maybe create a QR code for something.
And maybe not do it in grayscale anymore.
Yeah. Or do it in a sticker form.
Yeah, sticker, magnet, magnet for refrigerator, because we still got a magnet from something that somebody sent us that,
we didn't need, but the magnet's great.
The magnet's great.
Also, summer is a great time to be able to look ahead at the supplies that you're going to need for fall, for shipping supplies or different supplies for your business. Like, even if you don't have the money at that time to make those purchases, have it planned out so that you are ready to make them. As soon as the money starts to come in, you have it planned, and all you have to do is hit purchase. So. Yeah,
and so maybe, throughout the year, especially in the crazy times, you might want to just keep a journal that says, when the slowdown happens, work on this.
Right. Don't run a sale on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Or do some different version of it, because the one you did last year didn't work, for whatever reason.
That's true. But along the lines of the sale, also work on your customer relationships. Like we need to work on putting out a regular newsletter, at least once a month, to just say, hey, this is what we have in inventory. We've gotten, added so many pairs of jeans or so many pairs of pants or whatever. Like check out all the new inventory and new prices.
Which is marketing.
Yeah. Another thing, because we've been talking about this too, and summer would be a good time for us to do it, is to create some business cards. We don't have a business card to hand out to someone.
We got business cards
We do. We need the right business cards,
Yeah.
though, that have the right information, because we may come across people who are having yard sales. They want to sell items. They may know someone. They may know someone who needs to purchase clothes. Like all the connections that we have where we can help someone else or someone can help us. We need to have a business card in our hand so that
Just
we
sold
can
with us
share.
all the time. Because
And also to be able to say, hey, I'm a reseller, and we come across people sometimes who are resellers or people who are interested in reselling, and to have an opportunity to share what you do and teach someone else how to do it. That's the whole reason for this channel. We want to be able to empower people and help equip people to do what we've been learning to do over the past year. So hopefully they don't make all the painful mistakes that we've made, and to be able to head off some of the things that we may be facing financially in the future. So anyway, a business card in hand would be a good thing to have and something that we can work on this summer. Don't be scared of summer slowdown. The Q4 increase is typically 30 to 50% of someone's sales. The typical summer slowdown is 10 to 15% in sales. So when you look at the two together,
it's kind of like a net 20 above.
yeah, it's a net, and just consider it like seasonal farming. Like they don't spend all the money that they get when they harvest and sell off their crop. They don't spend it all that month. They have to stretch it out over the whole year. So we just need to learn to budget our time and our energy and our efforts and our money on a steady budget. Don't go crazy when you have a great Q4, because there's going to be slow months after that.
Yeah,
So-
that's just self-employment in general.
Yeah.
If you're used to a steady paycheck, then you might get a wake-up call if you get self-employed,
Yeah.
because it doesn't work like that.
So don't be scared of summer slowdown. Focus on the things that you can do to make it better, and then focus on the opportunity it presents for you to take advantage of that time to improve your business and get ready for Q4. There you go.
There you go.